My wife's therapist called me intimidating over dinner. She smiled like it was a compliment. When I said it made me uncomfortable, she said I wasn't evolved enough. Today she's pregnant. I'm not the dad. I don't even know what kind of subreddit this belongs to. I've been reading these stories for years thinking, damn, at least my marriage isn't that bad. Yeah, joke's on me. I, 37M, have been married to my wife, 34F, for 9 years. We have no kids together, thank God, in hindsight. I work in network security, pretty low-key, not some macho tough guy, but apparently I give off alpha energy or whatever that means because that's what her therapist said the first time we all had dinner together. Yes, dinner. With her therapist. I know that sounds insane. She said he was more of a holistic coach and friend with a license. I thought it was weird, but I wanted to be supportive. She's been through stuff. Childhood crap, body image stuff. I thought this guy was helping her unpack all that. But then she started quoting him in arguments. Like, Brent says the way you phrase things is emotionally manipulative. Or, Brent thinks your silence is a trauma response. I was like, what? It got worse. So much worse. And I kept thinking, okay, maybe I'm just not getting it. Maybe I'm not evolved. Until last week when everything snapped into place and I realized I'd been the third wheel in my own marriage for a year. So yeah, that dinner. That was the moment everything stopped being a joke and started feeling like a fever dream I couldn't snap out of. We were at this ridiculously overpriced vegan place she found on some breathwork influencer's blog, one of those places with abstract art that looks like someone spilled turmeric on canvas and the chairs don't match on purpose, and the menu doesn't even have prices. I wasn't even hungry, but I ordered what she told me to, some fermented kale bowl with spirulina dressing because apparently it helps with emotional clarity. I was already halfway regretting agreeing to this whole thing, but I wanted to be supportive. She said Brent wanted to meet the other part of her emotional equation. Her words, not mine. And I figured, okay, weird, but maybe this is part of her process. Healing, growth, whatever. And then Brent walked in. Late, of course. Wearing this loose cream-colored shirt like he just got back from guiding a group of midlife crisis yogis through the Andes. No hello, no handshake, just this floaty presence as he made a beeline for her and wrapped her in one of those I know your soul hugs. Like the kind where both people close their eyes and just breathe into each other and you're standing there like, am I interrupting something? Then he finally turns to me, gives this thin-lipped smirk and goes, the alpha arrives. I swear to God. Like I'm some kind of Neanderthal she keeps in the shed. I let out this awkward laugh, but I felt it in my spine. This wasn't a therapist. This was a man who thought he had some kind of claim over my wife's transformation. He sits down, waves the waiter away mid-menu explanation, and orders a bottle of orange wine like we're all part of some French film where no one has jobs and everyone just feels things. And then he starts talking. Not normal dinner talk. I'm talking TED Talk meets cult leader monologue about masculine energy, sacred femininity, and how most modern relationships are fear contracts disguised as monogamy. I wish I was exaggerating. She was eating it up like it was dessert. Nodding, touching his arm when he said something deep, laughing too hard at his dumb spiritual dad jokes. I was sitting there like a ghost in my own life, just trying to not throw my overpriced microgreens across the table. Full story on channel, link below.